But today we're going to talk about the various types of AT&T fiber connectivity that's out there, because I think there may be some people who aren't aware of that, how that product line works and what's available through AT&T. And we're also going to talk about some new expansion of that connectivity from AT&T. And then we're going to talk about a new product that AireSpring will be offering, which will be very exciting. I think a lot of you have asked us about this, and we are now getting ready to release it. So with that being said, I'm going to start the slides. We're going to just do a quick overview of the agenda. As I mentioned, we're going to do a quick overview of the fiber connectivity, go into the shared versus dedicated options, and Hakeem's going to help us with that. He's also going to talk about the incredible expansion that's taken place with the AT&T network. And then we're going to talk about this new product available through AireSpring, and Adam Lane is going to go over that with us. And then John Young is going to go over why you need to purchase your AT&T through AireSpring. What is unique about this relationship between our two organizations that gives you an advantage in the marketplace and will help you win more deals? And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Hakeem Williams.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Ellen. Good afternoon for those not on the West Coast, and good morning to everyone on the West Coast. My name is Hakeem Williams. I've been with AT&T for 26 years, and I've been within the AT&T Partner Exchange group for close to 9 years. So I am excited to be here to talk about AT&T fiber connectivity. Just a quick few seconds about myself. I live in Dallas. I live in Frisco, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas. So I do work downtown in the AT&T headquarters. And as mentioned, I'm the fiber and product wireline product manager for our AT&T Partner Exchange. And just a little quick fun fact about myself: I love to barbecue. So being from Texas, that's not an oddity. So with that, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. So when we think about AT&T investment in fiber, this is a true investment in which we spend billions of dollars every year. And specifically, I'm going to highlight three of our major products. Now, majority of our products are able to benefit from fiber. But when you think about our fiber, think about our AT&T Business Fiber. Those speeds now go from 2 gig to 5 gig. Our AT&T Dedicated Internet, also known as DIA. Those speeds are symmetrical with up to 100 gig. And as we speak about symmetrical, our AT&T Business Fiber, one of the key differentiators between us and other companies is that our business fiber product is symmetrical speeds. For those who don't know about symmetrical speeds, that is basically saying the download and upload speeds are the exact same. And as we speak about these specific products and benefit, we think about our AT&T Switched Ethernet. That's our MPLS network as well. So when we think about AT&T Business Fiber, DIA, MPLS, these are all major products that we offer that benefit and that are part of that AT&T investment in fiber. So we have more than 3 million available high-speed AT&T fiber connections in U.S. locations, and we're in more than 675,000 buildings. Now, the good news I can say about this is that those numbers have increased even since we have put these slides together. Now, due to numbers with Wall Street, we can't give out the latest and greatest, but for what we're able to provide, over 675,000, and I cannot highlight enough, we are adding thousands more each month. Thousands more of our fiber buildings are being added to our footprint each month. With AT&T, with the largest U.S.-based provider of fiber for businesses, and the expansion continues to grow throughout our footprint. And nationwide, we have more than 9.5 million business customer locations that are within 1,000 feet of our fiber. So when you think about AT&T's investment in fiber, it is an ongoing, continual thing. It's not just a matter of we're going to meet this number and then we're done. That's not the case. It continues to grow every month, and we continue to make that huge investment in fiber to benefit folks like you, and that we can maximize our products as you can see. Let's go to the next slide. So as we drill down a little bit more, let's talk about some of these products. So with AT&T Partner Exchange, we have you covered. And so one of the two major products we're going to talk about is our shared and our dedicated internet options to support all the needs your customers have. Now, we all know the importance of internet connectivity. Just connectivity nowadays is profound. Whether it's a doctor's office, whether it is a dentist's office, whether it's a major corporation, whether it is any type of small, medium, or large business, they all need internet connectivity. So with that, let's drill down and talk about two of those. Number one, AT&T Business Fiber. This is a shared connection with multiple customers, ideal for locations that need, email, web browsing, over-the-top apps, Wi-Fi needs. So, for example, when you think about the restaurants that you go to and your kids or whoever want to jump on Wi-Fi, that's the more likely on AT&T Business Fiber. We're available. We have those speeds, as mentioned, that up to 5 gig symmetrical. So we go from 1 gig, 2 gig, and 5 gig. This has all been introduced to 2 gig and 5 gig fairly recently. So very happy to be able to provide that now. In addition to, we have limited SLAs associated with that. And most importantly is our footprint. So in our footprint, is in our 21 state footprint. So whether it's Nevada or whether it's California on the West Coast to the East Coast, when you think about Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, or even the middle of the country, when you think about Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, for example. So this is our main offering when it comes to those small business locations who are looking for an internet connection. Again, this is all built in the backbone of that investment in fiber that we have made and continue to make on a monthly basis. Next, let's talk about our AT&T Dedicated Internet, DIA. This is our more robust, enterprise-leading dedicated offering. So this is good for private one-to-one connections between customers and AT&T, ideal for any organizations with mission-critical needs, apps, VoIP, video needs. Speed-wise, we're talking about up to 100 gig symmetrical. Up to 100 gig symmetrical are available. In addition to, they have robust SLAs. So whether it is our jitter or latency, things of that nature, we have robust SLAs that are also supported. Lastly, it's available in all 50 states, including Puerto Rico. So when you think about the choices that you have between business fiber, dedicated internet, you're going to get a high-speed product. You're going to get a robust product. You're going to get a symmetrical product that's available to you, whether it's in our 21-state footprint with AT&T Business Fiber, or it's even in the other 50 states and Puerto Rico as well with our AT&T dedicated internet. These are two major options that are provided, that are available, and more importantly, are part of that AT&T investment in fiber that we're growing on a monthly basis. So let's go to our next slide. So with all the talk about fiber, as we were putting this together, my biggest thing I thought about was, well, why? Okay, you're telling me about fiber. That's great. What is the big deal about fiber? Why is that so important? It's important because, for example, we can get accelerated install dates for those major products that I talked about. So when we talk about accelerated install dates, instead of the elongated dates that we've always been accustomed to, whether when it comes to installing, those days are shortened when you have fiber at a specific location. So that provides you that competitive advantage versus some of our competitors. In addition to, with that competitive advantage, quicker installations, it's a great experience for your customers, for your end customers, for them knowing that these circuits can get installed quickly. So even if it's a dedicated line like that ADI or DIA circuit, or even as simple as that business fiber circuit, these circuits can get installed in a shorter time frame. Lastly, and this is the most important thing, it's a quicker quote to cash. The ability to get the order in, get it installed, and for us to get it billed and to do it quickly definitely helps out across the board from a sales perspective. So when we think about that fiber advantage, the why is that so important? Why is that growth? Why is that investment so key? Because it helps as far as the products that we offer. It helps for us to continually to improve them, whether it's a competitive advantage, whether it's a positive impact from a customer experience perspective for you and your customers, and lastly, that faster quote to cash. So all of these things are key advantages, and most importantly, those accelerated install dates are essential whenever you're working with your customers. So with that, we talked about ADI, AT&T Dedicated or DIA, our MPLS network with Ethernet, as well as our AT&T Business Fiber. All of these things are key strategic offerings within AT&T that are across the United States for ADI and for Business Fiber for our 21 states. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to my good friend, Mr. Adam Land. Mr. Adam Land, I'm going to hand it off to you, sir, as we talk about the new offering with AT&T Phone for Business, sir. Let me hand it to you.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great. And thank you, Hakeem. And it's delighted to be here, folks, and excited to partner with AireSpring regarding some of the services, as Hakeem explained, some of the great services we're working with AireSpring today to offer to you folks in the market, and really our leading fiber services. I have the pleasure as in part of AT&T Channel Marketing and our sales operations support to discuss a new product just around the corner. This is AT&T Phone for Business Advanced. And again, we are delighted to be working with AireSpring to be offering this soon to you folks. And this fits an important need in the market today with end user customers. So go ahead, Ellen, if you could flip ahead, I can start talking through it. Okay, great. This is AT&T Phone for Business team is AT&T's solution for POTS and specialty line replacement. It is a cloud-based voice over IP solution powered by an on-site appliance. And you'll actually see on this nifty slide on your right the data remote devices that we are using. Where these are great devices. We're using either a 9090, that's really our workhorse appliance on the site, supports update the lines, and a smaller data remote 9010. Our AT&T solution, which again we're excited to be offering with AireSpring soon, just around the corner, is over the top. It will either work with AT&T connectivity, such as what Hakeem so expertly discussed earlier, or a third-party WAN solution, whatever you folks want to work with AireSpring or any solution to provide connectivity. This is over the top, our AT&T Phone for Business Advanced. The primary access connection will again be that WAN network. We will enable AT&T Wireless as our backup solution for failover purposes. That's an important continuity solution that can fit the need with these POTS and specialty line replacement solutions. We should also mention this device comes with battery backup and is fully monitored. So this is an AT&T, fully supported AT&T managed solution. In addition, I'm going to just mention a few key points here. One of them noted is AT&T will manage the installation of this service. In any environment, we're finding, and as you all may note, transitioning off of traditional POTS technology can be a complex installation at a site. The good news is working with AireSpring, this will be an AT&T fully supported professional installation. We are excited with AT&T Phone for Business Advanced. POTS replacement is critical in the industry right now, particularly the gap with specialty lines, things like alarm lines, faxes, elevator lines. Many customers have these legacy sort of almost analog data POTS solutions. This solution is AT&T's flagship offer to address that need in the marketplace. And again, we are excited to be ready to beginning to work with AireSpring and you folks with this cloud-based voice replacement, AT&T Phone for Business. So, okay, next slide, Ellen. Click along. Okay, this is a nifty slide, I think, that shows more detail about the AT&T offer. On the left, you'll see the type of specialty line solution that our AT&T Phone for Business Advanced offer is really designed to support. You're talking about fire and burglar alarms, elevator, fax, point of sale, security, door access. These, again, are unique POTS solutions at many businesses around the country. And again, this is a technology an offer that is ideally suited to support those transitioning to a new voice over IP technology platform. AT&T Phone for Business event will also support POTS voice solution, regular voice with a fully featured voice solution as voice features as well. So that can be part of the offer set going forward. On the right, you'll see I think a nifty graph of how the voice over IP, the appliance, the data remote appliance, will sit connected to over the top to the customer's WAN broadband connection. Will enable a wireless failover as well for purposes of continuity as an important part of the solution. And again, these will be voice over IP connections supported through the appliance on site that is suited and designed to support these unique specialty lines, including fire and burglar. There are a whole bunch of compliance and certifications that are required to support these types of specialty lines, particularly in the alarm space. And this offer comes fully supported and capable of bringing that solution to your customer, managed by AT&T. So again, excited to be offering this in partnership with AireSpring, and excited to be getting to work sometime soon. Okay, great. Now, after the opportunity, Hakeem and I, to discuss our AT&T products, we have the opportunity to hand over to John Young, with Senior VP of Channel Sales with AireSpring. And again, thank you, John, for inviting Hakeem and myself, and look forward to answering questions later.
Absolutely. Adam and Hakeem, appreciate it very much. We value our partnership, and thank you guys for being here today to speak to our partner community and help them understand kind of why we partnered with you. Thank you for the kind words. Ellen, let's roll on. So a couple of reasons, 10 reasons. We love the top 10 list, but it kind of helps us better understand why AireSpring, why AT&T, and why the partnership works for you and your customers. The number one reason that I like to use as a differentiator when I'm out talking to partners and on panels, especially with competitors in the room, is AireSpring is a 100% channel company. And I can't stress that enough, that there's a lot of companies will use the words focused. They'll use the words channel dedicated. Most of the time it means that they have a competing direct sales force. We don't. We have 0 direct salespeople. We spend $0 on direct marketing. Everything that we do is channel focused, on down to our account management team that has the channel first mentality. So when you're putting your business through any suppliers in this industry, just know that we're 100% channel, and we have you in mind. Competitive pricing is also a reason. If you have a customer in the AT&T footprint, whatever service they have or whatever they're looking for, if it's an AT&T footprint, you should be thinking AireSpring. That should be a synonymous thing as you're putting together solutions. Now, obviously, as an aggregator, we do service other vendors, but when you're thinking AireSpring and AT&T, think of us together, and you're going to get the best pricing that there is, but also the best service. Certainly, we've afforded that with many things. Point 3, largest Apex partner, meaning we're the largest fiber-based DIA consumer. And that's not an honor that's just an AireSpring honor. That's a partner honor. You guys in the field, as I said, we're 100% channel. We're not selling it ourselves. You are. So our partner community has given us this great honor to be the largest Apex partner. And that, again, it affords us a lot of great things behind the scenes. Not only do we have decades of really strong experience working with AT&T, the people that we have behind the scenes also have that longevity, that experience working everywhere from the orders team on into the post-sale guys. We actually have some of the greatest experience in the industry working with AT&T. And it's no secret that companies like AireSpring exist because maybe you don't want to deal with AT&T directly. I think that's probably the reason that the AT&T partner program has been put into place. They want great companies that can provide great service. You love the AT&T network, you love what it brings to the table, but maybe you want to deal with AireSpring. because points 4, 5, 6, and 7 are really where we shine. As partners, you didn't get into this business to become project coordinators or trouble ticket handlers or post sales folks. You came in here to cash checks and to stack residuals and to build a better life for yourselves when it comes to recurring revenues. This is where we shine. This is where we help you do that. Sell to this customer and let us help you and be part of your team as we provide the support that you expect behind the scenes. Deal with us for all of your needs, and it simplifies your life, especially when 92% of our trouble tickets are opened proactively, meaning you don't have to get involved. Your customer doesn't have to get involved. These tickets are opened, many times resolved before the customer even knows it. But you can imagine a world where that number is different and you have to tell us when the customer is down, or the customer bothers you and you have to bother us and like, what's going on? We actually handle this proactively to make your life a lot easier. The ability for us to be able to tackle these things behind the scenes with our partnership with AT&T, very advantageous to all of us. Implementation, every single order gets a project coordinator. Maybe a little different than other organizations, but with us, every order is very special to us. We want to get that gold and hold it. And we make sure that every order has a project coordinator. You have the necessary resources behind the scenes from our engineering teams in post-sales and pre-sales to be able to take care of this customer, to make sure what we sold can be sold and implemented. A lot of the times, this is not just outpatient surgery. Sometimes it's a little invasive. Stay with the experts, because this is what we do all the time. I want to make sure that every part of the way is handled, from if there's construction involved, IMPO details, DMARC extensions, you name it, everything can be handled by AireSpring and addressed. And we're pretty proud of the fact that we have an escalation list up to our CEO, which I'll show on the slide coming up. We're accountable, and we want to make sure you know how to get in touch with people when you need to for any particular reason that you'd like. Maybe you just want to talk to us. You can do that. Something that I don't think many people in the industry do, in fact, I don't know anybody that does, and some people think we're crazy for it, is we actually spiff on renewals. We want you and incent you to stay involved with the customer long term, but we also want to know, hey, we'll pay you upon that contract renewal. Whatever that spiff becomes, we actually provide that to you. I don't know anybody else that does that. Our strong evergreen contracts means is when you bring that customer to the table, as long as that customer is with AireSpring, you get paid. So we don't play games with these contracts, and we hold this very strong. If you've ever had anybody come to you and try to take your account, you know that because we come to you directly. And there's a lot of games that get played by bad actors out in the field. We want to make sure that you guys know that our contracts are evergreen. They're very strong. Our QuoteSpring tool, which I'll discuss and show you guys a couple of screenshots in a minute, it's one of the top things that allow our partners to get on-demand quoting. Our AireSpring APIs with AT&T allow us to grab pricing very quickly. Whatever services in the area that AT&T provides, we can actually provide back to you on a contract in real time. And it's one of the things that makes us very strong with AT&T to provide that. We don't have to go to other teams to go dig in and find these things. That relationship is strong. And through QuoteSpring, you can do it on demand. So all these things together, I mean, the combination of these things, the strength of the AT&T network, you heard Hakeem talk about the lit buildings and the build outs and the investment that's being made in their network, and the customer service and the support from AireSpring. Put these two together, you actually have a massive partnership that allows you to sell to your customers, to provide the great service, and the peace of mind knowing that you made the right choice when coming to AireSpring. Next slide, Ellen. So as I mentioned, every customer is assigned a project coordinator, and across the way you'll encounter many different people, possibly, from the PC themselves, who becomes the lead on the project. They're your single point of contact. but they have people working with them behind the scenes. You have the ordering team. You have the managed service engineers who might be doing a little more discovery on what we sold and how you plan to use it. And if you added other services on top of our AT&T services like SD-WAN or firewall or whatever it might be, UCAS, they want to put that all together to make sure that the AT&T circuit you sold is able to be used, and we're able to apply it into this situation. But cutover dates, or order dates when you want to go live, all of those things are usually fluid. So it's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. So we actually understand that even in single site purchases and multi-location purchases, we need to have somebody up front that can help you design and implement these solutions. And then on the far back end, our account management team will come in, and you'll actually have someone to service things behind the scenes. If you need to add some services here or there to the account, or you need to have a technical check-in. Maybe you need to have a quarterly business review about a particular customer, or just at any point. Our account management team is there for you. And so this service delivery advantage, I would call this our AireSpring advantage overall, post-sales, is a very strong reason why to choose AireSpring. Next slide. I think here comes the eye chart. This is our dedicated escalation list, and this is published publicly on our website. So I believe you can go to our resources page on our website and find this and download it. The most up-to-date version is always found on our website. This is what it looks like. So if you have a particular need, maybe it's billing, maybe you have an account management need, you don't know who your account manager is or something along the way, go and pick the very silo that you want to work in. And this goes from level 1, which tends to be our frontline phone numbers, to level 7. Well, that's our CEO, Avi, and we're not hiding behind phone trees. You can get to these folks if you need to, and we're really proud about the fact that accountability is first and foremost. In our company, customers are gold, as I said. So we want to make sure that you, the partner, know how to contact us at all times. I think most of you do. You know how to get in touch with your channel manager quickly, but here's a more broad list. Now, inside of these different silos, you do have other people to work with, but these are the main folks to get what you need when you need it. Next slide. So we've got a great partner portal. The Agent Star portal is where all of our content lives, past videos, events, our trainings like this one, as you see there in the middle. We highlight these things. If you're looking for our next boot camp run by Mike Chase and the sales engineering team, all of those are here where you can register. You can send these links. Maybe you want customers to come and join some of these boot camps. All of these things are available because we want to make sure that there's a single portal for you to go to. What are our promos for the month? A lot of times people are coming into these portals to see what our incentives are. And you can click on these and go down through them and figure out what it is. Maybe you need to get to our DAX portal, which is our ticketing portal, to get in to see what a status is of a customer installation, or you want to see the notes between the project coordinator and the customer. All those things are available to you here in this portal. If you don't have access to this portal, our channel managers can get you access. Maybe you were a partner and haven't been in this portal in a while. Maybe you've had some turnover in your organization. Our channel managers can absolutely give you access into this portal because there's a wealth of information here to explore what AireSpring has to offer from our portfolio, what's coming soon, and what we've done in the past. Maybe you just want to scroll through some videos on your free time. Who doesn't like to do that? But this is a great portal for everyone. Next slide. So a couple of advantages of our QuoteSpring tool, and you guys may or may not have kind of dove into the deep end on QuoteSpring, but what it is basically whatever is at the location, what services are available at a particular location, we're going to pull. Now there's some carriers that may or may not have APIs into QuoteSpring or may not be able to see it, but everything that we can see through various sources are pooled into QuoteSpring, as we have direct APIs with these carriers that allow us to get this information. So this isn't information that we're making up. This is what's actually coming in real time from AT&T and from some of the other carriers outside of the AT&T footprint as well. And it allows you to stack all kinds of products. But the real thing is speed. You don't want to wait for quotes. Your customer may not. If it's a single site quote, you're in a highly competitive situation. You want things real time. That's what this provides. Maybe you want multiple quotes, multiple speeds. You can put all of that on one quote and send it to the customer and say, hey, here's all the speeds available. Let's choose. Let's narrow it down. You can actually have some great conversations based on what you can get real time. Maybe you have worldwide needs. You're looking at some global. You've got a customer that has some locations in the U.S., but 3 or 4 locations worldwide. I think in the past, you've probably struggled with getting that information quickly or struggled to find a carrier that can do that. We actually can. So we can quote in real time, 190 countries worldwide. Our direct access to these carriers is growing every day with the addition of Joseph Goodyear, our VP of International Connectivity. So there's a lot of new things coming into QuoteSpring that you have access to. But the biggest part about this is you can do all of this, and that's great. You can get the quote, but you can actually send a contract in real time as well. So you can do all of that. Customer likes it, push a button, send a contract, and that's in their inbox. You don't have to wait for some other team to create it and put it all together in a nice package. You can actually send that contract right away. So the interface is there for you to use yourself. You might want to use it with your channel manager. You may want to have your team learn about it. All of those things are available to you, and we're certainly here to help you use it in the way you would like to use it as a partner of AireSpring. Next slide. So here's what it looks like. It's very intuitive in terms of what you need to use to put in there: name, location, the standard things that you need. What are you looking for? Are you looking for managed connectivity? Is this a wireless opportunity? Is this straight DIA? Whatever it is, you can come in there, add it, customize it, and very intuitive here as you get rolling here. Now, QuoteSpring is available through many different sources. I should say that. You can use it yourself. Your channel manager can use it. And we also have access through TSPs, or the master agents, or whatever we want to call them this week. I think TSPs is what I should start learning to call all of them. But they have access to Telarus GeoQuote through other methods, through Intelisys and Avant. They're the Pathfinder tool, the MasterStream world as well. Anybody who uses MasterStream can get to QuoteSpring. So there's many ways you can get what you need from AireSpring. The fastest way is to come in here and run it yourself if you'd like. So some very basic things are needed and required, and I think you'll have that if you're requesting the quote. Next slide. So once you figure out, kind of where the location is, what you're looking for, what service, connectivity service, from AT&T or someone else that you're looking for, hey, now you want to start stacking things. Now you have the ability to do that. You want SD-WAN with this. You want to add some UCaaS. Maybe they need some particular firewalling. Whatever it may be, now you can start to stack that on there. If you want to get into the more complicated side of QuoteSpring, yeah, maybe putting together a solution is not what you intended to do when you woke up that morning. Our channel manager can help, but we also have a great sales engineering team. It's like, hey, we want to add SD-WAN to this quote, but not really sure about your licensing structure. Not really sure which flavor of SD-WAN that we want to add to that. There's a lot of different use cases based upon which one you choose. But you come in there, you choose your AT&T service, and then you move along from there. But we've got a great team behind you to be able to make your choices. We're not here to try to make you experts in QuoteSpring. We'll let you be dangerous if you'd like. Our channel managers are experts. So if you want to offload a little bit to them so you learn it, you guys walk through a few together, and then your team can get out and run with it pretty easily. But being able to stack these services inside of QuoteSpring is huge, because a lot of people require different gates. Other companies say, hey, you need to absolutely have sign off before you choose this particular option and quote it to your customer. We actually allow you to do that here. So, resources are available to help you stack these things. Next slide. And then how do you want the proposal? Do you want it totaled up? Do you want to have multiple pricing? There's options here for you. If you like the Excel version, if you're running a bulk quote through here, you probably want it a particular way. You probably don't want it all totaled up. Maybe you want it to look a certain way. There's several options here for you to choose. Certainly you can choose several, see what they look like, and print those out and make sure that you've got the right one for your customer situation. Customers like to see things differently. Partners like to see things differently. We don't want to give you just one choice. We want to make sure that you have an option to operate the way that you like. And so for that, we have standard and we have some different options available to you. So very intuitive tool that allows you to do things quickly and efficiently. I believe that's it.
That
So
is,
at the end
that
of
is just,
yeah,
that is
at
the
the end of
last
the day,
slide.
as you're choosing AT&T, you're in that market, you're in that footprint. All these things allow you to choose that service that you want. Do it easily, do it quickly, and more efficiently for your customers and for your business. So thank you for your time, and I appreciate it. If you have questions about our program, certainly let me know. I'll absolutely direct you to the right place or help you myself if I can. But we have a great team standing by.